Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to XCOM 2. We're picking up where we left off last time, where we've got a mission to recover an item from an advent facility. We are in a location where the assassin might show up, so we'll need to keep that in mind. But this is the squad that we are taking with us. We've got 2 med kits. Probably don't need the second one, but I don't know how useful it is for snipers to have grenades, so I'm fine with that. We do have a flashbang, just in case, and everyone else is basic grenades. Let's head out.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
Remote recon suggests an exposed data vault is being held by Advent forces inside one of their facilities in this area. From what we can gather, the vault is storing data critical to the aliens' latest operation, so we're moving in to seize it by force. Eliminate all enemy contacts and secure the area. Take control of those assets at all costs.
Will do. So we're in Beijing and Operation Witch Hand. Neutralize enemies and recover an item from their data vault.
Menace 1-5, we've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
Okay. It doesn't seem that far away. We only have 7 turns, so we're going to need to go somewhat quickly. I guess we'll start with the people up front.
Affirmative, moving out.
We are concealed, so we don't need to be super careful about movement. I think I will leave my sharpshooters for last,
Moving on target location.
just in case I need to snipe something from where we're standing. Arguably, Jane Kelly should be one of the first ones forward, because she is the ranger and therefore the scout when we don't have a reaper in the team.
Solid copy. Enemy squad located.
Okay. Good. So we've got a normal trooper and a sectoid, it looked like. If we can get everyone set up for an ambush, could be a good starting move. How far can I get everyone over? What is that? That's a tower. Okay.
Moving out.
So you guys...
On the move.
So yeah, I think next turn, assuming they don't...
Forces
Ooh, okay. Well, that potentially changes things. Because if we start this fight while they're still standing there, they will notice us as well and join the fight. And that could be a problem. So it might be better to pull you back. Let's put you there, and then you can take that cover.
Roger that.
They are moving towards us. Perfect. That'll make it easier. What about you? You are still in that spot. Alright. Tempted to have you start this out with the grenade. Tempted. And throw everyone else in Overwatch. I don't think I'm that worried about you running over and getting a flank position while we've got our Overwatches. So yeah, let's put everyone into Overwatch.
Overwatch.
The sides you.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Scanning.
Overwatch.
Alright, you are the last one.
Boom!
This should be a good... yeah, starting turn. Only 3 damage. So we're gonna need to take another shot on the trooper still to kill him. But we should take out the sectoid between all of us. Perfect. Sectoid down.
Enemy destroyed.
Trooper down.
Good riddance.
Then they activate. I think we might still have a shot or two. No. Shame. So what are you guys gonna do? We are all in cover. Oh, some sort of mind control?
Help! No, damn it! No!
Mind control resisted, but you still panic. Wasted your turn with a hunker down. Not amazing.
Adjusting sights.
Ooh, okay. Yep. You're okay. You are okay. Okay, that breathing is going on way too long. 59 versus 35 for our snipers. Not great. You're our other sniper, right? Yeah. Your turn's already been wasted. Can anyone actually get over now to a flanking position? You cannot. No, that's not where I was. Oh. Gotta get back into this game where right click is movement, not cancel out of their turn. Well, I definitely don't want you standing out in the open. I'll hold off on you. You can't slash because you're not close enough to anyone. What can I do with all of you? The fact that we've taken a hit and they have not is not great. I could give you an extra turn or vice versa. So if I wanted you to double move to a good position, that would be the ideal position, but my sniper has taken it. I mean, here would be a flank, but it'd be so easy to get flanked. There's just not any other great spots. Because yeah, they could double move and then get an extra turn from the teamwork. I just don't have a spot for you. Oh, also, there's a tower we can hack. Let's see what that does.
Infiltration in progress.
We can look without it costing us a turn. And if it's something useful, soldier gains 1 free use of the run and gun ability. Failed hack will result in any nearby enemy groups being alerted to your position. Well, they're already alerted. I don't think I'd want to try for the 24. That seems pretty low chances. I might go for that at some point. Not right now. I also want to get that loot. What am I going to do with all of you? I might just leave you here. Take your shot. 59's not bad. There you go.
Target neutralized.
Now, the sectoid is far enough away that I'm not super worried. Might be better for us to just push forward a little bit. 'Cause yeah, there's not great cover I can get everyone into. Like, there's here. That's kind of it. You can get over to here. Can anyone else get there? No. So I will put you here. So that at least you're a little bit farther forward. I can put one other person. I think you are standing out in the open, so I'm going to put you in cover here on the vehicle.
Understood. Moving out.
And then I'll put you up here. We have no overwatches going. But at least we're closer, so we can hopefully... Huh. Or not. I was going to say so that we could hopefully attack better, but guess not. If I got someone over there with squad sight, or would give squad sight, that could help. But I'd have to double move. Let's just have you out in the open for now, with the intent that afterwards I will pull you back somewhere in cover. Hello, turret. Can we see the sectoid? We can't actually. Well then. That's only half cover. That was not part of my plan. Because I don't know if you're going to be out of range. And I don't know where the sectoid is, so I'm not exactly excited to stand here on the side of the truck, because the sectoid's right there. That would be bad news. I'm going to have you hide out in the truck.
Moving out.
In full cover. You could take a shot, but it's only going to do so much. Because of the armor. And our grenadier has already used his grenade. Huh. Do I want to send someone down there? Is there anyone who can get there in a single move? Sadly, no. So we're going to have someone end their turn here. Which means they might be visible from the turret without cover. Or I just give up on that loot. I'm gonna hope that this ledge blocks line of sight. Put him like here. This could turn out really poorly.
On it.
Lyrium core and alien data cache. Lyrium cores are pretty useful.
Got something new.
I guess I could have checked if from this spot he has vision. No. Because you can see red for the target preview. It's grayed out here and it doesn't become red ever. Is that just too far away then? Alright. Problem is, we just don't do enough damage to take out these turrets. I need to up our damage. Because you can do 4 to 6 on a high roll. It wouldn't be bad. I wasn't thinking you were doing quite that much. What about our other sniper? 63 is not amazing chances, but it's not bad. The two of you might be able to take it out. Go for it. Please hit. 1 damage. That wasn't what I needed.
Went off the armor!
Let's have you try as well. Aim more towards the 6 rather than the 4, please. Nope, another 4 damage roll.
Armor still holding!
Yeah. Ooh, there's a second tower, and I think the towers have different hacking rewards. So let's check what this one gives us. I could be wrong there. I am apparently wrong there. It's the same reward. So we'll ignore that.
Hacking in.
I doubt teamwork. An extra action point to your bondmate, which is you. I doubt that will give you another shot with your sniper rifle. Probably. But I could move you, say, here into full cover. Oh, then I was going to say then you could give him another turn, but you can't because you already used your turn. That would just be putting you in full cover. Which I would rather you take your turn to heal. Since there's no cover here, I might just move you into this spot right by the ladder and then heal up. So that next turn you're in a better position to push forward.
I'm on the move.
Oh, there we go. I was like, where is the heal?
Go medical.
Perfect.
I think they got me.
So much for full cover. Oh, we did see the sectoid briefly.
The clock is ticking. That detonator isn't going to wait. Get to the vault and disarm.
Sectoid was just like tucked right back here. It showed up while the turret was firing. Alright, what to do with all of you? I could get you up here. There just isn't a lot of cover on our way through here. I could have you take another shot. If you rolled the 6, you would kill it. I doubt you are going to have line of sight on the sectoid even if we got vision, because the vehicle's in the way. I could be gutsy, move you forward in the hopes that we see the sectoid and then have you slash. But if the sectoid is on Overwatch, which I'm sure it is because it's not doing anything, then you would be shot and you're already hurt. Let's move you up into cover here.
Confirmed.
Oh, I did not realize you were in Overwatch.
Advent forces on the ground.
Okay.
Located. Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
That is lots of problems all at once. So we've got a stun lancer, a sectoid, and another priest. And you are out in the open. And there's a turret. However, you could hack the box, which would end our turns until destroyed countdown. So we've got one more healing kit and 2 soldiers that are down a bit of health. Not ideal. You need to reload.
Locked and loaded.
Can you still fire after a reload? No. You can only shoot pistol. I guess I will move you forward a touch. What do I do about all of you? Because you're in full cover, so we're not going to be able to shoot you well. You're exposed. I was not expecting the two of them. I thought it was just going to be a sectoid. That made things way harder. I can't get you there. That'd be flanked. I could put you up here. You'd get cover and a height advantage. Let's see what that gets you. I don't see any better spots.
Rolling.
Oh, your aim is so bad. 67 is not great. .68 on the sectoid isn't going to kill it. 50 and 48. Yeah. I think I'm going to have another person take a 4 to 6 damage shot on this turret and hope one of them rolls higher than 4 damage. Another 4 damage. We are getting some pretty bad rolls. You can't see the sectoid, so take a shot. Actually, are you extremely exposed where you're standing? Whoa, camera, work with me. Yeah, you're super exposed. I can't leave you there. Do I step you forward? Into half cover. Ugh. I can't leave you here. Because it'd be so easy for one of them to just... Oh yeah, it's already showing that you're flanked. I can't leave you there. It'd still be pretty easy for them to get into flanking positions. But I'm thinking either of these spots is fine. This would give you a flank position against the sectoid. And that's something. I think that would too, technically. Yeah. Can't get you up here. That would be nice. No, I think we'll put you here behind this box.
Moving out.
So you're no longer being flanked. 75% shot on the sectoid. Are you the one that's focusing on pistols? I don't think so. Good crit. 4 damage. I'll take that. Now, you are hurt, which means I want to keep you safe. Whatever that means at this moment. I still have you. What's your shot on the turret? 89. 3 to 5. You'd have to roll the 5 to actually kill it. Attacking everyone else, you could potentially kill the sectoid. You could also do some healing on some people. Maybe that's the right call because you're going to hit someone. I don't think there's anything I can do to prevent that. And if he attacks either of my Robinson or Kelly, they die. Robinson is higher ranked. So is it more important for him to heal himself? I could also have Kelly do a slash. How much does your slash damage do? 5 to 7. Which means on a good roll, she could just straight up kill the stun lancer. Or the sectoid. Sectoid's a guarantee. But she'd be super exposed. Can't kill the priest. Could theoretically kill the lancer, but would be exposed. Let's not do that, I don't think. You have a grenade. Does that help me in any way? Not really. Grenade would take off a piece of armor and do probably 1 damage to the turret. I'm thinking way too much. I think I need to have you heal yourself. I don't want to risk you. Which means you're not taking out the turret this turn.
Healer mode.
And then I move you here so that you can at least see. Well, you can actually see from where you are. 59's not amazing, but if you hit, you kill. Taking out the turret would be pretty good. Yeah, take out the turret for me, please. Alright, that makes things better for us. Using stasis on someone. On you. That's fine. Stops them from being able to act. But they also can't take damage in that while they're in stasis. Go for a Psy Zombie, please. Thank you. That was definitely the best thing you could have chosen. Okay. No one died. I was not sure that would be the outcome we'd get here. Alright. We don't actually know where the priest is anymore. He backed up out of our sight. Yeah? Yeah. Priest is somewhere over there, but we can't see him. It's awkward. You've got an awesome flank shot on the stun lancer. You also have the fragment, or the flashbang, which could disrupt the Psy Zombie. But I think it's fine. Let's have you take the flank shot. Didn't pull off the crit. It's a shame.
Gonna need to reload soon.
I might have Jane Kelly use her slash because it's 100%. She can stand in cover from the priest. We're exposed to him, but I'm assuming he's going to die this turn.
Hostile neutralized.
Psy Zombie goes down. Let's have you take out the stun lancer. Perfect. Alright, things are coming together now. We still... Oh, we can see the priest now. I'm thinking we hack the chest from here. Let's get that, so we're no longer worried about the deadline. %63% chance to increase income in the current region, or 21% chance to reduce the contact cost for nearby region by 50%. I think more supplies is better at the moment. And then no penalty for if we fail. Perfect. We might have... Nope, we would not have pulled that off. So, definitely chose the right one. I think that's a permanent increase in our income in this region.
Status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure. Eliminate any remaining hostiles near the AO.
Let's... Is anyone in a dangerous spot? I don't think so. I could go into Overwatch, which is fine, but I'm not confident that he'll move. Part of me is thinking we use aid protocol on Jane because she's the closest and only in half cover and injured. Just to try and ensure she stays alive. So that'll give her a plus 20 defense, so effectively putting her in full cover. What are you gonna do? Okay.
There's heavy fire in this zone!
Took some damage here!
You didn't? Nice squad sight shot. Might as well go for it. 67%. It's a miss.
I got nothing!
You are... Oh! You took damage because you fell. What happened to the sign? Okay, you're in bad shape because you fell 2 stories. I just don't know. I don't know what hurt you. I don't think it was on fire. Huh. Weird. 35%. Why is it so bad? High cover. I see. That's not ideal. You could slash. Always a fun option. Or, no, you can't move up and shoot. Because that would be a double move. Can anyone get to a good flank position? Here, yes. That would put you in a flank position, but you can't use your sniper rifle, but you could pistol shot from a flank.
Headed there now!
Go for it. I didn't like the 35% shot with your sniper rifle. Good crit. Alright, I don't think we're going to kill him because he'll go into stasis. But that's fine. No, go for the slash from here. Oh, didn't go into stasis, so it's not a guarantee. Maybe because he already used stasis on one of our guys. I don't know.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
3 wounded isn't good, but we successfully recovered the item. No one died. Took out all 8 aliens. Go team.
The speaker commended loyal citizens today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by XCOM dissidents.
How dare those XCOM dissidents? Alright, gravely wounded for our Grenadier. Not a surprise. I think he was, yeah, dropped down to a single health through falling damage. Yeah, that sucks. Kelly gets promoted. Nice. We've already gotten her Blade Master. Shadow Step. All sword damage. All sword attacks deal +2 extra damage and have +10 aim. So it just makes you even better with your sword. Because Blade Master is already giving... No, that's Blade Master. What's Shadow Step? There we go. Soldiers not trigger Overwatch reaction fire. Okay. It's like, that sounds really good to go with already being a sword focus. No. Tempting. Shadow Strike while concealed. Gain a +25 bonus aim and a +25 critical hit chance when attacking enemies. No. That would help once per mission. When you're already concealed, you get one good attack, and then it's over. This is different than... So an enemy within, you had the lightning reflexes, where the enemy would attack you, and it's a guaranteed miss. So you could use those soldiers to pull the Overwatch shot without risking the soldier. This is different where it doesn't trigger it at all, which means these soldiers can't trigger the Overwatch. But if an enemy is in Overwatch, she could run up to them and hit them with her sword to kill them and therefore defeat the Overwatch. It just means that she can't trigger it herself. But I still think Shadow Step's the way to go here. You're not gonna let me click it? Okay. I want... Looks like a bug. We will click that when we get off of the roof, because apparently I'm not allowed to promote you here. What about you, Corporal Porter? So we've given you Long Watch, so you are being built up to be our sniper rather than our gunslinger. Deadeye, take a shot with a small aim penalty for significant damage boost. I mean, if we're in a position where we have great aim, maybe. But how often does that happen? Like, there's rarely a time where I'm comfortable dropping my chance to hit by 25%. Maybe 50% more damage would be great. That 25 reduction in hit chance is real bad. Or lightning hands. Fire pistol at a target. This attack does not cost an action, so it's just a free pistol shot every probably few turns, every 3 turns. How often are you going to be near an enemy if you're the Long Watch squad sight sniper? I'm going to go Deadeye because I don't think you're going to get much benefit from lightning hands. But I don't think I'm going to use Deadeye much either. This kind of seems like a wasted level up, where neither option, at least for her build, is fantastic. So yeah, take Deadeye. We got 2 stocks. Valerium Core, Data Cache. Sectoid Corpse, Trooper Corpses, Turrets, Stun Lancers, and Priest. Sure. The Alien Data Cache Decryption is a new research option. Having recently discovered an alien data cache storing valuable enemy intelligence, I can dedicate my team's resources to decrypting the files and ensuring that we recover the large amount of intel stored within.
Hello, Commander.
Hello. We also got a scientist, so we've got another scientist. I'd rather get an engineer, but it is what it is. We countered the Gone to Ground, so once we get access to the black market, they won't be hiding. But it means the other dark event is going to happen, which is the one that says our covert actions can be ambushed or will be ambushed more often. Your team did an admirable job in recovering the genetic sequencing data from the field, Commander. The loss of this material will no doubt be a blow to the aliens' development of the current project. Perfect. Ooh, we have a new bond available. Jane Kelly with Benjamin Wilson. Sure. I see no reason not to go for that. Sure. Wilson and Kelly. Go for it. Alright, we are still working on building the resistance ring so that we can assign a covert action. We've got the autopsy of the Advent officer currently being researched. We have our soldier to promote. Hopefully it'll allow it now. We wanted Shadow Step. There we are. Wow, we have far too many people that are injured. I'm really disappointed, particularly about Wilson there, where I had him in a good position, and then the platform he was on broke, and he fell. Like, I don't know what caused that, but that
interest in leading the world into
bad.
a new age. Not under my watch, anyway. The aliens took everything from humanity, and we aim to take it back. It's that simple. What people choose to do with their lives beyond that point is up to them.
Yeah. I guess all we can do at this point is keep going. What do we have on the map now? Oh, we can find the black market. We will ignore that for now. But that's cool. We were still working on making contact.
The cooperation of these extremists will do little to unite the forces of your resistance, Commander.
I think we're going to do fine. I think all we have really is to keep making contact.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
Oh, hello.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy.
But
Still,
possible.
It's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
Also, I enjoyed the diminished...
New
that the
objective added.
soldier had diminished capabilities by being dead. Use the Skulljack item on an Advent officer in combat to gain access to the alien communication network, which will require us to construct the Proving Grounds facility, complete the Skulljack project in the Proving Ground, and then Skulljack the officer. Okay, so we've got another facility we need to build.
I'm keeping tabs on all our operations, Commander.
Our people are standing by for your orders.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officer administers a system of coordinate control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and a careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind, in this case the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. With the commander no longer attached to their psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've worked to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome, our Tigan. So we can build the Proving Ground, new research available on the Advent Trooper, Stun Lancer, Turret, and Priest autopsies.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Okay, but we need engineers to carve out more space. Workshop construction. Commander, we've made an astounding breakthrough. We must begin researching workshop construction immediately, otherwise the opportunity will be lost. We are planning on building a workshop right away as our next construction. So that's tempting. Sectoid autopsy is now instant. It'll make the cost of the workshop 50% cheaper. Normally I don't do the inspirations for buildings, but because we're planning on doing this right away, I think it is useful. How much? Yeah, just a moment.
I admire the courage and tenacity displayed by our troops in the field. They face a well-armed, well-trained enemy, and yet they never waver in their loyalty to the cause.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Yeah, our troops are good. How much does a workshop cost? 250 supplies. Yeah, cutting that in half, saving 125 supplies is definitely going to be worth it. So let's go to research.
As far as I can tell, Advent's technology, along with most of what we've seen going on in the city centers, is based on variations, and in some cases improvements, of the existing alien tech used during the invasion. Luckily, the more common this stuff becomes, the easier it'll be for us to find components that can work in conjunction with the Avengers' hybrid systems.
I await your orders, Commander. I will begin our research immediately.
Cool. When is... Yeah, the machinery gets cleared in 15 days, so 5 days for research is fine. Let's finish making contact.
Commander, we have a priority message coming through. It looks like an encoded signal from the Resistance. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Okay. It's not time for supply drop yet, so... what is this?
Hello, Commander. It would seem your recent activities have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the black site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach. Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I am confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
Okay, so we have now heard of the Avatar
Tracking
project.
The aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
Yeah, I don't know how we track progress on a project we know nothing about. We need to complete our primary objectives to locate the source of the Avatar project. Completion of the Avatar project is the aliens' ultimate goal, Commander. We must stop the project before it is too late. Okay, so we're 3 out of 12 pips towards the Avatar project. Cool. Let's get back to making contact. Resistance ring is finally finished, so we can now send another covert action out. I think we were wanting to look for finding Praetal Mox after he'd been captured by the assassin.
Commander, the factions you have contacted are well equipped to track down the Chosen. Their knowledge will be invaluable in helping XCOM locate and eliminate these threats.
Yeah, what does upgrade do? It'll cost 2 more power and 100 supplies. Unlock an additional slot for XCOM to assign resistance orders. That's going to be tempting. We need power, though, before we can justify that.
The benefits we gain from working with the Resistance factions on their covert operations are a major boon to our efforts, but there are also risks involved. Our soldiers could potentially be attacked or taken captive while in the field, so it's not as easy a decision as it may seem.
I think it's fine. Commander, the Chosen are constantly trying to subvert our operations, so any soldiers we send out will be at risk. We can remove some of the dangers with additional support units or resources.
We might take the Elders by surprise if we switch up our tactics. Maybe we should try something new.
Commander, Mox has been captured. We should do everything we can to get him back before the Chosen do God knows what to him.
We don't... I thought that was an option, or did we already do... Did we already do the Praetal Mox finding mission? In which case, is that mission available and I just haven't seen it? Granted, I don't necessarily want to do a mission right now because most of our team is still injured. I don't think forming a soldier bond is the right call. We could counter Chosen activity. Retribution and brutal crackdown on the resistance, permanently lowering XCOM's income. Right. We wanted to stop that. We could locate the Templars. We could start hunting the assassin. But I think not permanently lowering our income is important. So we'd have to add a sergeant, which means it has to be Outrider. She's the only one we have that's not injured. We have to add another soldier, random soldier. They'd get +6 dodge. Whoever we end up choosing. And I'm thinking we choose just a random rookie, because I don't really want to give up my remaining 3 soldiers that are actually ready to go on missions right now. So we'll choose a rookie. If we spend 25 intel, which I'm probably going to do, we negate the risk of one of these soldiers being captured. It's only a low risk. There is still a moderate risk of ambush and a moderate risk of being wounded that we can't negate. Not thrilled by that. What about these others? Low risk of wound and ambush, and we can negate the risk of wound. Or just a moderate risk of wounded that we can't negate. hate that moderate. But I really, really don't want a permanent lowering of our income. No, I think I gotta do this, even if I'm not thrilled by it. We will allocate the intel, which means Dragonova is unavailable for 9 days. And they might get ambushed or wounded. Yeah, we're going for it. Not thrilled, but it is what it is. Begin the action.
Order my people to get underway immediately.
Okay. Back to here. So, oh yeah, we do have the mission to rescue Mox available. We don't have the personnel to send on such a mission. Sorry, Mox, you're gonna stay in captivity a bit longer.
New objective added.
Okay, so we can now investigate the black site.
Commander, we've established contact with the local resistance and we're ready to move on the alien black site on your order. Advent's been keeping this facility a closely guarded secret. We should make sure our troops are ready for a tough fight before we send them out there. I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
New regional contacts located.
Alright, so we've got the black market that we could search for. I don't think I need it at the moment because we just don't have the supplies to make use of it. We could go rescue Mox as a mission, or the black site, but we don't have the soldiers to make use of that. So I'm tempted to just go make contact again. If we went to Asia, it costs 40 intel, would give us 60 supplies. If we went to New India, it would take 80 intel, give us 85 supplies. We only have 80 intel. Don't really want to spend it all. Ideally, well, I guess we've got a radio tower here. We don't need to put a radio tower in every location because that gets expensive quickly. So probably we are going to go 2 over. So probably from here we will contact them without a tower. And then build a tower here to make these locations here and here cheaper. Or I could just go here. I think at the moment I don't want to give up my intel. I don't know where I'm going to need it. Potentially for things like this. So we'll make contact with East Asia first.
Commander,
That'll use up our last
all of our
contact.
Communications capacity. We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our systems.
That is true. And it's going to be a while before we do that.
Attempting to establish local regional contact.
The results of our breakthrough were quite fascinating.
I'm sure it's just making the workshop cheaper. Streamlined construction techniques will now reduce the overall cost of building workshops by 50%. Perfect. Let's do the sectoid autopsy because it's instantaneous. Although sectoids have changed substantially since the invasion, their ability to manipulate psionic energy has clearly not been diminished in the process. With a complete study of this new specimen, we may be able to develop psionic capabilities of our own troops. That'd be cool.
I was never witness to one myself. Countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time since, this new being, the product of clear genetic manipulation, is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the field.
It is interesting that in the XCOM 1...
rapid physical evolution over the past 20 years is a testament to both the aliens' mastery of genetic engineering and their pursuit of advancement, regardless of the risks.
Yeah, it's interesting that in the first game, XCOM sectoids were the smallest, most pathetic enemies to find, like the easiest ones to fight, and the first ones they showed us. And now they're one of the more advanced of the starting enemies, so that when a sectoid comes out, they're a bit more of a scary threat as opposed to all of the Advent soldiers that we're fighting. So we will be able to research psionics, and we have a new item, the Mind Shield, available. Preliminary autopsy exam conducted by Dr. Richard Teigen, acting science officer. Although my direct surgical experience is limited, the alien's genetic manipulation of the species previously cataloged as a sectoid provides a certain familiarity in relation to human anatomy. While the earliest documented accounts of sectoids on Earth indicated examples no larger than 1 meter in height, the specimens we encounter today are all nearly twice that size. Knowing full well that the aliens continue their efforts to integrate human and alien DNA, my findings here only reinforce the notion of a continuous development process. The larger sectoid variant has an even greater proportion of human genetic material, selectively combined with the intention of improving the otherwise limited physical capabilities of the original. With enhanced psionic capabilities and greater overall strength, I'd say they've succeeded. Arteigen. The Mind Shield is a powerful psionic artifact, rendering soldiers completely immune to any negative mental conditions, including panic, mind control, stuns, and disorientation. No, don't leave. Let's assign new research. We could go for mag weapons. Would be nice, because we need to start doing more damage. Or we could do some of these autopsies. I don't think the autopsies are critical at the moment. If we wanted more intel, we could do this alien data cache decryption. I don't know if intel is critical enough that I need to spend 7 days immediately. So I think I am going to research magnetic weapons. An in-depth analysis of the Advent weaponry will no doubt lead to greater understanding of their magnetic projectile dispersion system. This should allow for the production of various magnetic-based firearms, along with further insights into Gauss weaponry.
The science is eager to begin, Commander. Apparently my predecessor was something of a brute when it came to handling the interrogation and autopsy of alien subjects. From what I've heard, she was keen to get her hands dirty whenever possible.
Dr. Valen was great. Hopefully we're close to getting some soldiers back. I think we are. We've now made contact again. We can't make contact with a new location. So right now, all we have available to us is looking for the black market.
Signals coming through clear.
New regional contacts located.
Okay, New Indonesia.
The local resistance we just established contact with have sent over all the intel they've collected on the Chosen operating in this region.
So, you would come to strike at me. I eagerly await your arrival.
So the Warlock. Fal Mai Valinor, Heart Killer. Commander, the Resistance has informed us that one of the Chosen, Fal Mai Valinor, has claimed control of the nearby regions. If we go on any missions in the area, there is a good chance they will try to defend their territory. So, what is considered your region? Because we just made contact here, but I would guess that that is still under the Assassin's purview. So he must be down here in just Australia and New Indonesia, where she gets all of, I guess, Asia, if we're calling it that. Yeah, Asia. Maybe. Let's check out our soldiers, see their condition, and decide if we want to go do either of these missions, or if we should go to the black market. Let's view our soldiers. So we have Specialist, Ranger, Grenadier, Specialist, and Sharpshooter available. Okay. If we waited another day, we would get Porter back.
You know, I probably wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for your father. He was, something of a miracle worker.
Getting the Avengers' power back online was a miracle. I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their system, but we'd still be half buried in the sand if he hadn't. He gave everything he had to get the ship running. But he didn't live long enough to see her fly.
We owe you both a debt of gratitude.
You can honor his memory by using this ship to destroy the aliens wherever we find them.
You'll get no argument here.
Yep. Dr. Shen was great. I think with that many soldiers available, I do want to go get Mox. So we'll make that our next mission.
Commander, we've confirmed the position of the soldier being held captive by the Chosen. We now have an opportunity to launch a rescue operation. Commander, if we're gonna win this war, we need to take every chance we get to fight back. We'll have to be ready to engage the enemy during unpredictable situations, which require special planning and preparation.
So we've got sit reps. Commander, some missions have unique modifiers and special conditions which will change our tactical engagement. We'll need to review these sit reps carefully before selecting our squad. So in this case, we have Shadow Squad. All soldiers on the mission will gain a single charge of the conceal ability. So I don't know if that means we're going in concealed. Hopefully so, but then once we break concealment, we can reconceal. Cool. Rescue operative from Advent compound. Let's launch the mission.
Course for the West Asian corridor.
Commander, it looks like conditions on the ground are ripe for a quiet operation. If we can get our people into place, they should each have concealed positions to work with.
We can only bring 3 people. Oh no. Well, we've got our specialist, which I think is a good call. Probably need to hack the door to get Mox out, I'm guessing. Who else? Okay, so yeah, they did just give us our highest ranked people, which isn't a bad call. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's grab the flashbang just in case. I think overall I'm fine with that setup. Can I give you... I was gonna say, can I give you the shotgun from Jane Kelly? Because it already was upgraded. Maybe if I click to make all weapons available, let's see what upgrades we have. 2 stocks. Missed shots deal 1 damage to the target. That's actually pretty good on something as inaccurate as a shotgun or the Grenadier's weapon. So we can still guarantee a single damage. Yeah. Let's go to you as well. And give you a stock as well. So both of you can guarantee at least a little damage, even on a miss. And let's launch this mission. I don't like how fatigued you're getting, so you're probably going to have to stop after this mission. But it is what it is. Oh, I guess I should have put a cut here. That was the intent.
Sky Ranger
in position to drop.
Let's return to the Avenger for a moment.
We have solid intel on the location of our soldier that was taken prisoner by the Chosen.
All right.
This is our chance to mount a rescue. We'll need to streamline this operation, Commander. That means sending in fewer personnel than we typically would deploy.
Yeah, which makes me nervous. Anyway, we are going to end this episode here. Next time we'll pick up from here on our mission to go get Pray Tell Mox from captivity. See y'all then. Bye.